Mathematics is a universal language. It doesn't matter where you are, in which country do you live, which language do you speak. Mathematics is the same for everybody. Wherever you are, you need math. To rock on, math is life.
So now let's go ahead and load our CSV file. This is written on your paper. I just want to note a couple of things. There are spaces here, here, and here, and here, and these are lowercase. What are these, class? Lowercase. Some student last period said, Mr. Ng, can you come help me? It didn't work. And they forgot a quotation mark. So let's go ahead and do that. So in your posit are clowns, capital DA. So basically I'm assigning the variable, space, this less than symbol, which is next to the M, and then a hyphen, which is next to the plus sign in the top right of your keyboard, space, read.csv. Someone else last period also wrote CBS. They're like, how come my code's not writing? I'm like, it's CSV file. And then quotations. Once you do one quotation, it'll open up. And then your capital letters, daily activity, no space, capital A, underscore merge, dot CSV, lowercase. Okay, when you press enter, I forgot to clear mine out, but when you press enter, I think I already loaded mine. Let's double check. CSV. You know you've done it correctly. In the environment pane, it'll show the variable that you assigned up here in the top right, and then 450 observations. So let's go ahead and get some information. So this is what you're going to do with your part for the next 6-7 minutes. On this table here, I have for you to type into the console pane. Pay attention, some of them will have quotation marks, some will not. It's going to ask you a question, and then once you input your code in there, press enter, you're going to get an answer. You're just going to describe or answer these questions. So let's do the first one. It says type into the console pane skim underscore without charts. Let's do that. So skim underscore without charts, quotations DA, and then the question it asks me is write the following. The name or the variable that we gave is called DA. It asks me how many rows are there. There's only how many rows, class? 1, and then there's only 1 column. Okay, so if you look at the bottom of the chart, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the page over, you have 5 and 6. So I'm going to give you guys some time to go ahead and do that. The first one you typed in skim without charts. What does it tell you? It's going to tell you the name that you assigned your CSV file. And number of rows was 1, column was 1, correct? Okay, the next one. This one is telling you the variable or the header. Then you had glimpse. Maybe you're using the characters. Let's see. We should have taken out the underscore. Take out the quotation marks for glimpse. So I made a mistake. It shouldn't have been in quotation marks for glimpse. It's telling you the different column numbers and the first couple of number of sets. So again, what is it showing you? You can say 15 columns. You don't have to copy all that down. And you can just say it's showing me the first several rows of information. Okay, call names. There's the 15 column names, right? It told us 15 columns. And those are the names of the columns. Everyone say don't write down. Don't write down the column names, you can just write column names. Okay, go to the back side. Okay, so then it's asking me how many distinct ID numbers are there. These are people who may have logged into, their Umbrella Beats fitness tracker, and then they go into either to the app, or maybe they're going into a store, or they're going into the gym. So we have 35, and then n row is how much? 457 rows. So those 35 people are going in multiple times. Okay, our next step is phase 4 to analyze, and to do that, my directions, I have a little picture there in the top right. Do you guys see it? There's a correction to that. Let me show it to you. Here is the correction. I want you guys to try with your partner. I want you to see if you can type that in. And it's going to be a review, because I'm not telling you exactly how to type it in, but I need yours to look just like that. Okay, so go ahead and take a minute or two. So let's get our 5-number summary. DA space percentage greater percentage. Chris has shift enter. So I'm holding down shift, I press enter. It goes to the next line and indents it. Type in select, total steps, comma, shift enter again, calories. You can use your right arrow, space, percent, greater, percent, shift enter, and then you can type in summary, parentheses, close parentheses, nothing inside the parentheses, no space. Okay, if you do that, it's going to give you a min, first Q, median, mean, third Q, and max. Okay? Now, I did recognize that I missed a row for what word? I don't have mean, so you can just write mean on the bottom of your list. Go ahead and copy these numbers in. And then with your partner, this is a review from like 6th grade, 8th grade, maybe 9th grade. What does the min, what do these stand for? Okay, so let me give you guys 3 minutes work time. Okay, let's do a quick summary, a 5-number summary. In a traditional stats class, we would have gone over this, but this is more stats and data. The min stands for minimum. Go ahead and write that down. If someone asks you, what's an easier word for minimum? Lowest or smallest? Minimum is the smallest or lowest point. Okay. First Q stands for? First. Okay, quarter describe, it's not the first quarter. but it's going in that direction. First quartile. Quartile. Okay, so I want to reference, what is a quarter? How much is it worth? 25 cents. 25%. So the first quartile represents 25%. It was kind of awkward yesterday. I was driving home and the students were trying to get some French fries. Where do you go to get French fries? So they had to cross the street. Well, this bold pair of students decided there is no median. What is the median? There was no place for them to stay in the middle of the street. Does this make sense? So the median means what? Middle. You can also write 50%, or it's also called a Q2 as the second quartile. So median represents the middle, 50% of the data. There's a stats joke, just laugh to make me happy. Don't be mean. Be average. Average. The mean is the average. You add them all up and divide it by how many you have in the list. It's kind of like your GPA, right? Class, what is third Q stand for? Third quartile represents what percent? 75%. Median is the middle, that is 50%. And then max stands for the maximum, or the most, or highest. Okay, on your chart you should have also written at the top total steps, and this one stands for calories. Okay. I want you guys to complete this with someone around you. One observation is, this is just a fact, right? The quartile, first quartile is whatever, 1,988 steps. But a conclusion is something different. A conclusion is, well, you have to make like a judgment call. Does that make sense? People who are in the middle actually walk less than people of the average, which means that most people are not walking anywhere close to what they should be walking. That means most people are burning less calories than they can be. That might be a conclusion. Okay, so let's get some observations. When I call on your name, you can read off yours or your partner's. Glenda, would you write down as your observation? The first quartile is less than 2,000 steps. Thank you. Jennifer? Just making a conclusion. Kathy, can you make a conclusion for us, please?
I concluded that the calories burned in the third quarter is less than twice the amount of calories burned in the first quarter.
So you're saying first quartile is half. You said half? Double? Of third quartile. Okay, great. Phase 5, let's go ahead and create a visual. I'm going to show you guys just mine color-coded, and then you can just fill it out, and I'll explain to you guys what each of those are. Okay, so I want you to circle the word ggplot. Circle the word ggplot, and ggplot does what? and helps you graph it. The variable we used was what? DA represented what? Daily activity, right? It is the variable we assign for daily activity. Yes? So you're filling in now phase 5. Geom point helps you create a scatter plot. Pay attention. Your X on your mapping is going to be total steps, no space, 2 capitals. Your Y is calories, so you're doing that for both the geom point and the geom smooth. The geom smooth helps you put in there something called a line of best fit. This blue line that's going through this is the line of best fit. Labs does what? What do you think that stands for? That's a label, so it's going to label it the relationship between total steps and calories, where X is total steps and Y is calories burned. In medical people, what does the K stand for? K, calories? I don't know. And then every Friday you wear? Red. So I chose it to do red data points. I don't know. Please tell us. Okay, so let me show you guys this document. Instead of you guys just writing it out, you can just highlight it, copy, and if you paste it, you're on the right side under files and then plots. You will have yours. X we said was total steps, calories burned, and then you can press export to get the image or a PDF. So on your paper, it's just asking you to sketch a graph really quickly. So again, the goal of us walking through this for the past 2 days is basically you're going to find your own data set in your own, either if you're working by yourself, pairs, or threes. I'll give you guys more details, but go ahead and make a quick sketch. I mean like a 10-second sketch. This is what my 10-second sketch looks like. Class, we read graphs which direction? Left to right. So something we have not talked about is called correlation. This has what type of correlation? Positive correlation. And the larger amount of steps, total steps taken, so my fingers over here, you can do 0 to 20,000, then that person's going to consume more calories. Okay? We looked it up. The person who is a max, they are preparing for a half marathon. 28,000 steps is 13 miles. So quite a bit.
M to the A to the T to the H. Math is awesome. Mr. Ng's videos teach you a lot about math and to show your work, because if you don't show your work, then that's cheating, and we don't do cheating.